tonight. Smith, DeRosa, and Breeding are the three officials.
And you'll see a lot of switching defenses by Georgia Tech. Just to save on fouls. They'll play some zone as well, but starting in a man-to-man.
Okogie chasing Terrence Mann. Here's Angola. Three is short. Rebound for Okogie. Outlet for Austin. And the team that fears in his last 7 games since moving into the starting lineup. Josh Okogie feeds Gay. And his move in the post. The 7'4" behemoth from Chad in Africa. And Lammers gets the kick to Alvarado. Okogie snuck in, grabs the offensive rebound. Love those baskets. I need the 6-foot basket or sometimes the 5-footer. Okogie missed it. Rebound Cope with Lammers. Still 9 to shoot. C.J. Walker to the basket. Really curious to see how Lammers and Kumaji match up. He's going to have that shot.
I would guess Okogie is going to be a little reluctant to come out and try to get a hand on that.
Figures 7 times. This year, double figures 10 times and counting. Gavin Gelly. No rebound for Georgia Tech. Math. Here's Okogie. He'll take it. Gets his own rebound. His 3rd offensive rebound for Alvarado. Gay. Man tried to. C.J. Walker lost it. Good hustle on the floor by Jackson. Haywood draws the contact for 2 thus far. And that pass deflected and stolen. Ryan Angola takes it for 2 and a foul. Okogie runs his defender through a screen and now on M.J. Walker before the break. Lammers completes the 3-point play to tie this thing up. M.J. Walker lost.
The easy baskets in transition. We've seen a couple of them.
A couple early lobs. Since then, Georgia Tech has gotten tougher in the lane. Lammers meeting Walker at the rim there, and now Alvarado. Clock winding down. Walker blocked. He could play for me. He's proven that he can. He's really worked with assistant coach Eric Reveno. Improved. 2nd road win of the season. They won at Pittsburgh a week and a half ago. Shot clock's at 7. Haywood will take it. Still a 6th straight game. Jackson kicks it. Okogie takes it. Makes it. Offensive rebound. Get out of there, Evan Cole. Angola to Walker for 3. And Allen. Georgia Tech's 3 for Jackson wouldn't go, but Josh Okogie just grabbed his coming from the starters, and this is a team that usually gets production from its bench. Trent Forrest picked up the 2 fouls. M.J. Walker picked up the 2 fouls. Shoot around today. Terrence Mann draws the foul on Okogie. Man, strong to the rim on the half. And he's a little slow running down the floor.
Interesting that the starters really, 10 guys play for Florida State, but 4 of the 5 starters played over 16 minutes.
Okogie, the starter who didn't play 16 minutes, unable to stick home.
That shot gives him some renewed confidence.
Timeout was called by Leonard Hamilton. And
Moore didn't like the intensity his team came out with at halftime.
Okogie had it poked away from behind. Austin, 2 baskets already in the 2nd half. Missed this one. Okogie picks up where he left off on the glass. Okogie going to work. Tough shot. Here with multiple 3s. Man feeds Kumaji. Man lost it, recovered. Shot clock's at 6. Terrence Mann feeling it. Okogie with his 11th rebound.
Lammers really made that play with the defense on Okogie.
Alvarado steps into it. would not stay down.
Been playing it better everywhere. I mean, Snyder, Dangadell, and then another careless pass into the backcourt. Long hook shot.
And that would have been impressive if Okogie hit that.
Yeah.
Falling to Florida State and then bouncing back with a win over North Carolina. Corner three for Haywood wouldn't fall. Okogie has been a menace. They've been waiting for M.J. Walker to kind of erupt. He had scored single digits 5 games in a row before 24, and goodness. Forrest had it poked away. Okogie the steal, and Forrest going
over the whole season.
Duke over Wake for the to make this from a 10-point game to say a 3. Here comes Alvarado ahead to Jackson. He missed it, and it's Seminoles ball.
Well, Jackson, a left hand.
Jackson to Alvarado. Good closeout by Mann. Okogie split the Florida State. They got great rebounding effort from the guards.
Scoring offense. When you get a lead, all of a sudden now you spread it, but him 1 or 2 minutes on the bench.
First points of the second half for Angola. He's got 13 in the game. The lead is 10. Okogie finds some daylight, knocks down. 88th game of Terrence Mann's Seminole career. First time he scored 26 for Florida State. Okogie kicks it. Alvarado drives. Hangs, no. Walker flies in. Turnovers. Points off turnovers. Walker fakes it, takes it, makes it. Walker kicks it. That may not be the knockout punch, but the Yellow Jackets are wobbling. Okogie had it stripped, recovers, kicks it out to Josh Pastner.
The last 5 minutes of the first half. And this Florida State team
since 1993. They've had a bunch of good up and down.
The rest of Florida State's schedule, they've got some teams that are...
The question, but handicap the Virginia-Florida State matchup for me a couple weeks down the road.
Well, it's Georgia Tech is kind of like is Virginia-like, with...
He is the first option, and so therefore, as good as he is, you're looking to get him the basketball and make sure he gets his tough. It's the 1-3-1 half court back into the zone, and again, Allen.
Alston into the corner. Basket is good, and the foul on Bolden. Into the game for Georgia Tech.
Now you're always telling me about all these places. You got any idea where Shipman, Virginia is?
You probably have a better idea than I do.
Oh, I know where it is. I'm asking you. You're my geography guy.
International geography were actually considered at Georgia Tech. Academics were a big factor for him in his decision.
It truly was. Also considered Harvard. I'm telling you right now. Love watching her in the crowd. She brings the energy and the excitement regardless as to whether they're home or away.
Okogie, what sort of growth is there for Duke on the defensive end?
The normal buy-in comes with experience. And that's the thing. These guys are young guys getting a lot of minutes.
Here's Carter, the freshman out of Atlanta. Off the side of the rim, Okogie pushing.
And that's where Josh Okogie has to be able to get turnover. When these guys get into the paint, they need to be looking to score.
Bolden against Lammers. Kicks it back. Allen hit 10 points early.
Well, he's the key to Duke's success. He's the veteran. As John on the outside, and you see already 2 3-pointers made in this game.
He had been the only senior playing with 4 freshmen in that starting 5.
The offensive end of the floor. Okogie, one of the best offensive players in the ACC, but he's been paid a lot of attention to finding Jackson in the corner. That one
had a sense of humor about it. Back, and there's no way around it. Alvarado's a huge loss.
And Alvarado actually had not been out of to not have their freshman point guard on the court. Todrick Jackson stepping back into the lineup, and they're going to have other players stepping up in the absence of Alvarado. Now we see Gary Trent Jr. attacking the basket and finding his way to the rim.
Okogie,
will you tell me someone that UConn has not had their number? Josh Okogie getting back to the free throw line, where he leads the ACC in free throw attempts per game
from 3 in ACC play.
And now that would be 36 out of his last 61 3-point talent around him. And what he's become is the shooter.
Was known as the Shaq of the MAC.
These guys going to the left-hand jump hook, really showing the development of those guys as players and what they've been able to accomplish. They weren't doing this in high school.
Okogie could not dribble through the D. Carter. That one. Here is Okogie. Through traffic, denied. Lammers.
You know this from coaching against them. There's always a point normally in February where Coach K makes us draft.
Okogie again. 3 is not there, and Carter.
So you can live with him taking one of those. The problem is, this is where he's at his best, attacking the basket.
He's not a big-time recruit, but Okogie said he was sold on Georgia Tech when Josh Pastner told him, listen, we are going to play fast.
And Josh Okogie is the second. Jerome Robinson is number 1. When you're dropping 46 and leading the ACC in scoring, and he has a chance to be a special player, although I'm sure this is the only year we will see him in college basketball.
Okogie on the
laying it in. They say, and this is what they say, he wanted to make sure he was part of a high academic institution. Final see if there was one team that I thought could finish up undefeated for 6-0 for the remainder of the season. And my answer to that question was Duke. And the reason being is because I honestly feel that the losses that they've taken, I think, are not the best.
Okay, who's the best?
My favorite, probably my favorite college player.
And this is fact.
This is fact. 20.6 points per game, 8.1 assists per game, and not only national champion UNLV. So, you know, that's a lot to be said. Jabari Parker at the 5, Rodney Hood at the 4. They go on to be successful. So, again, it's always a drastic change at some point during the year that allows Duke success with Coach K pulling the string.
Month away from Selection Sunday.
That's going to be interesting to see. A lot of it has to do with the fact that Bagley's not in the game, but I don't think that Duke can survive special as well. And, you know, we talk about that Michigan State game where Grayson went for 37. DeVal had 17 points and 10 assists in that game. And now we see him attack the basket.
A heart attack less than 2 weeks ago. DeVal. His current research project involves working with ultrasound machines where they look at structures and they can find out if that structure is crumbling. And he says down the road, a player.
Absolutely, and a very good basketball player. Just seeing another one of those. So Ben Lambert's going to have to take on a much larger role in the offense and getting his teammates involved and getting him shots. Defensive energy up. Goldwire now getting an opportunity to get in and get in the mix, and he's a guy I think that could help them, especially on the defensive end as well. He's played and getting his confidence back, getting out of that slump.
Okogie a pull-up three, rebound. Okogie off the Lammers screen.
In 75% of the games, but he will be at the top of the list in many of those, especially free throw attempts per game. When you look at it, once he gets to a point to where he gets to 75% of game played. Okogie won that mix. You know, and when you look at Duke traditionally, Coach K.
Okogie. With a 16-point lead.
And Georgia Tech fans not happy about that.
DeVal his third. 1-1 for Okogie.
Because of the energy that Georgia Tech has brought into the building.
DeVal down the lane, off the window. Tapped by Bolden. Here comes Georgia Tech. Okogie out in front. Okogie into the team.
The most talented teams in the country.
Okogie over Carter. Moses right on the glass and able to draw. Lammers turns, shoots. Delorier the rebound.
And the right guy in the right spot. Ben Lammers is the guy that Josh Pastner wants in the middle of the zone.
Single bonus.
And Okogie just trying to pick up on the ball there.
DeVal, 61% free throw shooter. Misses the front end.
And that was created by Josh Okogie, just getting in there, mixing it up.
Jackson, no.